What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Got a fun video for you, informative video, and gonna share some of my mistakes and lessons I've learned, and answer some questions. One question in particular today: what is the bare minimum you can do for your lawn, and it'd be better than it was if you didn't do that thing? So I'm gonna answer that two different ways. I've got what I'm calling a chill out lawn calendar typed out for cool season lawns. It's not that chill. I mean, it is for me, but there's a lot going on. So I'm gonna go over that as quickly as I can. But I'm gonna answer the root question very simply, I think, and it's something that most any of you can do if you're doing nothing, and you're gonna see a pretty good return on your investment of time and money. The bare minimum to do is March 1st or a few days before, put down a weed and feed. You want to catch your soil below 55 degrees, 52, 51, 54 and a half, whatever. And you want to get a pre-emergent down before those weed seeds germinate. So the easy thing to do is throw a weed and feed. You're throwing fertilizer at it, you're throwing pre-emergent at it, and you're done with products. That's all you really have to do, in my opinion. The second thing, you don't have to buy it, you just have to do it, is mow regularly and towards the higher end of the suggested height for your turf type. I have Fescue, and Fescue's likes it between 3.5 and 4.5 inches. I mow my Fescue at 4.25 if I can, and this is going to shade out the soil where those weed seeds are laying there waiting to germinate. And if they're not getting any sunlight, they're not going to germinate. So if you can get your soil, your turf thick enough, healthy enough to actually choke out those weed seeds, you won't need as much of a pre-emergent. Certainly won't need as much post-emergent. So it's easy. Keep your blade sharp on your mower, mow kind of high, mow regularly, put down a weed and feed March 1st. That's the answer to that question. What's the bare minimum I can do? I think it's great. Have fun. Do that. I think you're going to love it if you haven't done it before. Now, if you've already done that and you're looking to do a little bit more but not go crazy, like I have, I'm going to say the first thing you do around November or right now, I'm going to try to do this every November for a while, is go get a soil test. Many extension offices in each of your counties will have free soil tests. They'll you take your soil into them. You can take it from different zones: front yard, backyard, left side yard, right side yard, and they'll test all of those samples. They'll send it to the university. They'll break it down. They'll send a bunch of data back to your agronomist, and your agronomist will produce a really neat test results for each of those locations. You might just have one, and that's fine. But I say if you have front and back, left and right, do all four separately, because truly it can be different. I've seen it on both my properties, front and backyard, different pH levels, different nitrogen, NPK, the whole 9 yards was slightly different. So what she did would tell me how to address my soil. And so I needed 110 pounds of lime per 1,000 square feet. I have 30,000 square foot of grass, of turf. So that's a lot of lime. You can only put 100 pounds per 1,000 square feet per application. So I'm gonna have to do a split application anyway of 55 pounds per 1,000. I might just do the 55 pounds and let it ride and do another soil test in November and see if I still need to add 55 pounds, or if I've done some other stuff and my soil's responded and I only need whatever, XYZ pounds, and I can do that again next year. But November through February, it's going to take us a month to get your soil test back. So December through February, you can address your soil needs and start buying products for good old March 1st. So we talked about March 1st in the super simple what to do in your lawn example. Everything's the same. March 1st, get pre-emergent down. I like using products that do one thing well. So Anderson's Barricade is an awesome pre-emergent. I've been doing that for about 3 years. So order that a month or two ahead of time before March 1st, so it's there when you need it. And then I'll do, right after that, I'll throw fertilizer in my spreader, and I'll go back out. I put down fertilizer. So you can do specific products that do one thing well, or you can just do weed and feed, and it does both just fine. So, but before that March 1st, putting down those products, I'm going to aerate my lawn. I own an aerator that pulls behind the lawnmower, put some cinder blocks on it, drop it down and go. $200 or $300 for one of those. You can probably find them cheaper used, and you can do it as much as you want, especially spring and fall. You can also rent one. They're big old heavy machines. They're self-propelled, but you still got to waller them around to get them to turn and everything. It just takes some doing, but you can do it. Or you can hire it done by a contractor. If you're going to rent one, you're going to need probably a trailer. I would say a truck or a trailer, but you don't want to. I don't know that you could get it up in the truck if it's like the ones I've rented before. If you don't want to do any of that, pay for any of that, all that stuff, you can do a liquid aeration product. I've used those in the past. I'll give you two examples real quick, and I'll move on. Yard Mastery next line of products, N-EXT, makes a product called Aerate, and it is a liquid aeration product that breaks the bonds in the soil and actually creates pathways for water and nutrients and roots to go that were previously what you would call locked up. Yard Mastery has made a new product called Compaction Cure. I have used it once. I've got more sitting in the garage, and it does everything Aerate does, except it does more. It has, I think it has sea kelp in it. It has root growth stimulant. I mean, it's a really great product. I'll do a review on that soon. Alan Haynes, the lawn care nut, I believe is the owner or one of the owners of Yard Mastery. He does tons of videos, really good videos. I'm sold on this stuff. Check his videos out. Check mine out down in the future. I'll try to get some more of those shorter reviews out. All right, so if you're going to aerate with a plugger, it's going to create a bunch of topsoil or dirt plugs in your yard everywhere. Thousands and thousands of plugs. And there's really two ways to address those. You can leave them, like I do, and mow over them and squish them around and everything else, and they'll kind of fill in where they want to fill in, and you won't even see them after a couple of weeks. Or you can rake them up and remove them from the lawn. That's a lot of work. I've never done that. Don't plan on doing it. But just recently I realized there's one, if you wanted to do that, there's one really good reason why I would. And that's because you've been building your soil either for this season or this year or the past couple years. You've been trying to build your soil and make it better. And so if you pick all these soil plugs up, you might be able to sell them, but that's not where I was going. Pile them up, throw some sand in there with them, mix it up, and then go fill in your low spots with your soil. It's not foreign soil. It's not poor soil. It's your soil that you've been putting money into for however long. It's probably good soil. So why not fill in low spots with your soil? Yeah, you get the point. I'll shut up. All right. All right, so I'm going to recommend a new product to me. I've been using the Anderson's Company PGF Complete 1648 fertilizer in the past, and I love Anderson stuff. That's a 40-pound bag. It's $100. I discovered Yard Mastery. They have an awesome app. It's addicting. And their fertilizer, the flagship in particular, but I think most of them are 45-pound bags. They're $75. You're getting 5 more pounds of product for $25 less. This doubles up in awesomeness for me because I have 30,000 square feet of lawn. Both of these products are 3 pounds per thousand, and so a 45-pound bag, two 45-pound bags is 30,000 square feet. Amazing. It's exactly what I need. PGF Complete is more expensive. It's only 40 pounds, still 3 pounds per thousand. So I either have to stretch out 2 bags or I have to buy 3 bags and save some for next time, or 2 big bags and a small bag to hit this 30,000. So it's doubly beneficial for me to go ahead and switch to this Yard Mastery product. I'm really excited about it. Yeehaw. I'll let you know. I did PGF Complete March 1st this year, and then discovered Yard Mastery. I put down Flagship April 7th, and I'm going to do it again in May. So every 5 weeks. But that's not chill. So if you're doing a chill lawn calendar, hit that March 1st and don't worry about it anymore if you don't want to. If you do, go every 5 or 6 weeks. It's supposed to last 4 to 6. I'm splitting the difference, but you can go 6 or more. All right. Yeah. I'm going to do it, April 15th or April 7th or whatever it was. I'm going to do another round of that Flagship just because the grass is already awake. The grass is already growing. The grass is already hungry. You're mowing it regularly. And your initial application of fertilizers pretty much been used up. This is an opportunity to really pump the nutrients into this grass as it's growing, and it's preparing itself for the stress periods in the summer, and the drought periods and stuff like that. So I'm going to hit it again in April. Skip that if you want to. May 1st, Anderson's Duo-Side Granular. I discovered this product because my friend Derek has the lawn care company. He was telling me about grubworms, and you got to watch out for grubworms. May 1st, I've watched tons of videos on it. He's right, of course. He's a professional, and I've been doing May 1st Anderson's Duo-Side before a light rain, and it's going to water in nicely. It's going to kill grubs as it goes through the dirt, and it's going to kill fleas, ticks, spiders, ants on top of the dirt, and even the armyworm, the moths that come along with those. So Duo-Side's amazing. I highly recommend it. I have used GrubX before, and it seemed to do fine. When I was learning, and I took some notes about it. I didn't really take great notes, so I think it worked. And that's at a big box store. Another thing to do in May, watch for fungus. Big box stores should have fungicides on hand, so you probably don't need to keep them in stock. But if you start seeing yellowing, browning in your lawn, probably dig right next to the edge of that yellow and look to see if it's grubworms. And if it's not, it's probably fungus. So watch for that. You can, throughout May and the rest of the summer, you can spot spray weeds. Just keep mowing it higher and go play golf or go fishing. If you want to do a little extra optional, late June, which might be dumb, I'm going to find out this year. Again, optional, I'm going to do something before July 4th. You got family coming to visit, or you're having a party or whatever, You want to have a prettier grass around July 4th, I'm going to hit my yard, my lawn, late June, and I'll let you know how it goes. Another thing folks do is a liquid iron product. But when I looked into it, a reputable product is about $100 to do my 30,000 square feet. And I've read somewhere it lasts around 7 days. Why would I spend $100 for 7 days? Unless it's, vacation. $100. I'd rather spend it on biochar. Buy you a bag of biochar and skip the $100 iron thing. Good idea. All right. That's got us through June, July, August, September. When we're going to fall overseed. Fall overseeding, I've never done it before. I'm going to do it this year. I bought seed already. Seed's not cheap. I'm doing a turf top tall fescue from Ryan Knorr. He's got a great YouTube channel. Go check him out. And before I overseed, I'm going to wait for a wet week ahead. And I'm going to put down starter fertilizer, grass seed, the Moisture Max, compaction cure, all this stuff to help the water work better, and some micronutrients, so like sea kelp and some other stuff to help with the rooting. And you can even do a tenacity or terosity pre-emergent spray. Supposed to be safe for overseeding. So if you need to do a herbicide for weeds right before or when you overseed, the internet tells me that you can do that. I'm going to try it. If you're not overseeding, I would do October 1st, throw down Anderson's Barricade again, pre-emergent, and that's great. You can also, October, November, you could throw down a winter fertilizer. This could also be done before Halloween, and you can green up your lawn before all the trick-or-treaters come, all the cars come driving through. If you want your lawn to be pretty, or you want your lawn to be healthier, if you get something with a higher K, the NPK up, down, all around, so your all-around nutrient K is going to help your grass bounce back and survive all the foot traffic from the trick-or-treaters. So it kind of serves two purposes: pretty up for Halloween and winterize your lawn. I'm trying not to talk too much about biochar, but I highly recommend you do a little bit of biochar every year for 3 to 5 years and let that stuff just work in your soil for the next however long, thousands of years. You can do 1, 2, or 4 pounds per thousand. That's the light, medium, and heavy rate. And I have done so much more than that because I'm stupid. But I guess I did 5 years worth in 1 year, and I guess I'm done. Just let it start building my soil up. I did that video a little while back, so go check that out. It goes a lot more into detail. Lastly, this is just a note to you guys, but I've been journaling on everything I do, virtually everything I do in the lawn. If I put out a new product, if I put down a product I put down 10 times, I write down the date and when I did it and all this stuff. And if I'm doing it for the first time, I'll make sure and test the spreader setting with a small part of my lawn and make sure that it is the right spreader setting. If I only do half as much as I thought I was going to do with 3 pounds of product or whatever, that tells me the spreader setting's way too much open, so I need to tighten it up some, change that spreader setting, and I'm going to document all those times, and I might try 3 different times to get the right rate per thousand. And then once I do, I highlight it, circle it, and now I know forevermore, as long as I have the same spreader and nothing happens to the spreader and I don't change brands, I know what spreader setting to use. I don't have to recalibrate it every year, refigure it out, do the math, test it out. I know what I've done in the past. I know what worked. And those notes to me reduce a lot of stress and a lot of extra math every year and all this stuff. Just makes it easier. So anyway, that was not too crazy long. I hope I answered some questions. I really do think a lot of you all have been really warm and receptive and appreciative and complimentary about some of these videos I'm starting to make in the lawn, the realm. So I appreciate your input, appreciate your questions and your support. Let me know if you want to hear some other videos. I'm going to try to do videos on all these products that I love and that I've used, and give you my feedback and tell you not to waste your money, or tell you to spend more on this product like biochar. Anyway, come back and see me. God bless. Merry Christmas.